Hey there, friends. How's it going? Richard here. Hopefully you're doing well wherever you are in the world, doing whatever it is you may be doing. Truly appreciate you checking in whatever you're doing. Right now it's 2 o'clock, just past 2 o'clock here, New York City time, the Eastern Coast. Hopefully you're having a good Tuesday. So far it's 40 degrees. I think we broke 40 degrees, maybe a little past it. But a little milder today. We needed it. We need a little respite from the snow and all the storms that have been falling that we've been dealing with here on the East Coast. Anyways, I know I've been off a few days. It's okay. Everyone needs to rest, and I really needed some respite between a little pause between going on live every day, emails, podcasts, my law practice. I've just got lots of stuff going on, and I said, you know what? Let me just take a break from a couple of things and really hone in, like move some energy from this area to this area. Anyways, back at it. Can't stay away from it too long because it's too much fun. Anyways, I wanted to hop on here and actually share with you. I was listening to something that I've struggled with, I think, for a really long time, is identifying or answering the question, how do I create content that matches where my prospect is? Right? There's a lot of courses and gurus who say design content for, like, actually take a step back, that the product, the journey, the customer journey is like a funnel, right? There's top of funnel where they're, cold, and then there's warm, and then there's hot. And I know I've hopped on before and I've talked about the jobs to be done theory, which was really, really powerful. For me, that's the way I look at marketing now. When I'm thinking about putting out a piece of content, whether it's for my law practice, whether it's for affiliate marketing, whether it's for anything like my podcast, right? I really look at it through the jobs to be done lens. I think that was just a really powerful way to deconstruct things and make it really, really practical to create content that matches where your prospect is at. So if you want to, I think it's in my group, the affiliate marketing group, Made It Easy, affiliate marketing made easy group, which you can, if you want to find that live, head back in there or request to join the group. And again, I spent some time going into the jobs to be done theory and why I think it's really powerful. Anyone who creates any kind of content or should be creating content. This brings me, though, I was listening to someone today that I subscribed to their email list. I've bought some products from them before. His name is Shane Millar. He's one of the founders and officers of, owners of Thrive Themes. They're like a WordPress system, ecosystem. They built a very good product. My law office website still runs on WordPress, and I've been using Thrive Themes for the last, 10 years or so. Very good product. But he has a lot of content around productivity and marketing and building out websites, obviously. But he was talking about this concept about how do you create content that matches where your prospects are at. And the way he framed it was just a good reframe. I still, for me, the practical application of jobs to be done theory, which is what exactly are the activities that your prospects are doing when they're in that phase, right? That's what the jobs to be done theory is. And in terms of marketing and creating content for your business, I like to look at it as, think of someone who's about to scale a cliff, right? Scale a cliff or something like that, right? At the, maybe even before they decide to scale the cliff, they're trying to figure out, like, what things do I need to buy? What do I need to be able to do pull-ups? How cold? What do you have to wear when you climb a cliff? I've never scaled a cliff, but there are certain questions and activities that someone in that pre-activity phase is doing, and that's top of funnel. And then you have, like, when they're actually there at the cliff, right? They're checking to make sure they have all their equipment and tools and the rig, it's properly connected. They have to run through, do I have a safety plan? Do I have a communication plan? Whatever. So there's a different set of questions and activities there in the middle of the funnel. And then finally, as someone's climbing up and scaling a cliff, there are lots of other things and other activities going through their minds. I got to make sure, like, this thing is in the wall properly, and I got to make sure that my cables are taut, and make sure I didn't drop my communication device, walkie-talkie, or how do I connect to the real world in case something happens. So at each, the jobs to be done theory, at least as it applies to marketing, asks us to, or encourages us rather, to look at the specific real life examples of where people are in the customer journey, right? And then use the concrete examples of what exactly are they doing and what exactly they're saying to then create content around that, right? So I was listening to this video or podcast from Shane Mala, and it was a very cool reframe. He talked about top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel. I'm like, I don't want to hear just a blanket statement about create content for top of funnel, middle funnel, but then he started diving into how he breaks it out. And it was a very easy and simple solution, actually pretty elegant in its simplicity. But it's obviously we all want bottom of funnel, right? The really hot, ready to convert. All they're looking for is someone to say, yes, I got what you want, right? And that's a conversion thing. You just got to put an offer in front of somebody who's ready to buy. So that's bottom of funnel. Someone who's there just looking. But then the top of funnel and the middle of funnel, what do you do with that, right? And he framed it as top of funnel. Predominantly, people are going to be doing research. So if you're creating content, you want to be helping people in their research, and that's probably going to be a lot of content around answering questions, right? General, broad-based questions to bring people in. I do this a lot with my bankruptcy content for my law office. I try to think about questions that people have or people have asked when they're thinking about filing for bankruptcy, and then create content around that. That's going to be the top of funnel, because people in that space, when they're starting to get into it, starting to figure out this is maybe a path I want to go down, it's predominantly questions. So Shane suggested just look at it broadly based, right? If top of funnel should be research content that helps people in their research. Then middle of funnel is where it gets a little hazy, right? What exactly is middle of funnel? What does that journey constitute? Another way to put it is where someone is problem aware, then product aware, right? And he kind of intimated that in the middle of funnel, right? People have already made a decision that maybe they want to go down this path, right? And now it's about what's the best and easiest way there. So it's a lot of comparison, a lot of product reviews, a lot of just breaking apart all their options and then seeing which one best fits them. So if you're someone out there who's doing any kind of whatever service it is or so, then you may want to, as an attorney, for instance, I may want to create content about what to look for when you speak with an attorney, right? Because that's essentially putting out, whether it's kind of a review or looking at a comparison about how I operate versus maybe some of my colleagues out there in the bar, that's what people want to know. If you're looking at a product, right, it's going to be, webinar software. So you're comparing webinar, this platform versus that platform. It's greater intent because now you've narrowed the conditions down to just products and then reviews and comparisons, right? And I think that was really cool. Because it can be overwhelming thinking about what kind of content do I need to create and how do I create it and what is it that people are actually looking for. But I think when you look at a customer journey, if you can take some time and really break apart the actual activities and actual questions that people may be asking and taking part in, it makes it really simple. And this is also another framework that makes it really simple, right? If you want to have content for cold traffic or people who don't have any intimate connection with you, start off with research. Help them research the thing. Put out the broad-based questions, broad strokes. What does this do? What is affiliate marketing? What is bankruptcy? I don't know. And then as you hone in on that, right? When you're creating content for middle of the funnel and then eventually bottom of the funnel, right? You hone it in. Then you got to put a little more energy, a little more effort, right? Because you want people to stick with you as they're answering their questions. So the middle of the funnel is going to be, again, product reviews or comparisons or pulling someone in, what to look for, or when you meet with an attorney, what documents to bring when you meet with an attorney. If it's an affiliate marketing product, it's how much time, this more specific questions. How much time do I have to commit if I join this program? What's my daily action plan like if I commit to this program? Things like that. So it's a little more honed in, diving into what exactly are the elements of the program, of the product, of the service. And then finally, the bottom of the funnel is just someone just needs you to say, give me your money, whip out your credit card and come over and hang out with the big guys. So hopefully you found this enjoyable. I really, sometimes I think actually not sometimes, just generally speaking, with anything, right? It's just a matter of like hearing it in the right way. For me, this was a huge problem for a long, long time. I didn't understand conceptually, like, meet somebody where they're at. It didn't make much sense, right? It's like things occurred, talking about my law practice, right, as a bankruptcy attorney. Things occurred and then someone just decides I want to file for bankruptcy, but not necessarily, right? There's lots of little steps along the way, and that's the journey that I never brought anyone on. It only was until I started thinking about this, learned about the jobs to be done theory, learning about, product aware, problem, and really matching that, right? What does it mean to be problem aware? What does it mean to be product aware? What does it mean to be solution aware? And when like the most powerful thing we can do is someone who owns their own business, or someone who like does marketing or advertising, it's to give someone a concrete example. Hey, you're someone who wears a button-down shirt, and you know that you don't like it when that button right above your belt kind of like pops forward, and there's a gap in your shirt. It's like a hole that appears there, right? If someone were to create a shirt that addresses that problem and like breaks it apart factually, this is what I'm talking about. This is who I'm talking about. And like I asked myself that question: why is it that my shirt, when it pops out, there's a gap between two buttons? And if you create messaging, content around that very problem, using that same very language, this is what someone who is in my shoes would be asking. Like, why does that occur? I don't necessarily want to buy a new shirt just yet, but maybe, like, I don't understand, why is it that every time I wear a button-down shirt, this pops out, right? It may be lots of, I got to go back to the gym, I got to eat better, I got to do whatever. But one of the answers could be a shirt. Someone who wants to create a shirt that like helps address that. And then that would be a piece of content or some content around answering that first question. It's like, why does that occur? Well, the problem is that the way shirts are created, mass market, like, don't give you extra inch on your seat. They're designed for like people with this body frame or this body type. And then from there, like, oh, you got me. Like that's top of funnel. You're helping me answer a question. And then, you know what? Well, is there a product on the market that addresses that? Yeah, it could be my shirt. Other shirts have this lining, or other shirts, when they create the buttons, measured incorrectly, and then our shirts are measured. Okay, so now you've gotten me through some research, got me to comparisons and reviews, problem aware, product aware. And then all they got to do is like, hey, here's a solution. Like, if you're interested, you can buy it. And so that, I think, just a reframe often helps, right? If you're like me that struggled with, I don't exactly understand what this means, top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel. I think if you can hear it from different perspectives, hopefully it clarifies some things for you. If you've been having trouble, like, what kind of content do I create and how do I create it? Think about it concretely. Think about what exactly are the questions people are asking, right? And you can find them all over the place. You can find them on Amazon. You can find them in Facebook groups. You can find them on like other competitors. Look at their testimonials and just pull out the exact words. What are the exact things people have said when they're cold, warm, and then hot? When they're problem aware, product aware, solution aware. When they're at the beginning of the journey, just researching. When they're looking for reviews and comparisons, and then when they're ready to buy. Use that language and then create a story, painting a picture with your content, right? Use long form content and literally call it out, call out the specific situation, and call out the problem, call out how this can be solved, how possibly you solve it. Each level along the way, think factually, think about the cliff, because the cliff for me has been a very good example. Like, there's certain tasks and jobs that people will be doing at the bottom of the cliff. There's certain tasks and jobs and priorities that people will be doing as they're scaling the cliff. And there's going to be other things and preoccupations, priorities, and things that people are going to be doing and saying at the top of the cliff. Break it down like that. It makes it really simple. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you haven't already done so, be sure to connect with me on Facebook Messenger. That'd be a great way. If you want to keep notified of all these lives when I do go live, click the link and sign up. Swiyyo.io, SWIY.io/RK Live. And if you haven't already done so and you're interested in learning about affiliate marketing, how you can do it, whether it's a side job, on the side, your weekends or whatnot, be sure to sign up for my free training, the Pachi framework, where I dive into at a 30,000 foot level what you have to do and why you have to do it, so that things are very simple, very easy before you dive into any kind of affiliate marketing program. All right, y'all, until next time, take care, be well, bye for now.